Welcome to Karametra Walls. As far as opening hand goes, yes, I love it. We've got a tutor in the hand. We have Genesis Wave. Definitely a really good winning condition once we get all those lands going. And we've got a Mana Dork. So I'll definitely keep on this one. Opponent's going to go for Monastery Swift here. Well, good thing we've got a bunch of walls. So any sort of little one-drop aggro creatures are going to run into our walls. So it's going to get this graveyard popped up. And then I'll cover our commanders in just a second. So we got Monastery Swiftspear swinging every once. It's going to put us down to 29. Let's go and lead off with the forest. Drawing the fortified village. We can actually reveal the forest, so we'll go and get that down. Yes, we're going to reveal the plains. We'll go for Lana War Elves, tap out for 1 green, and then anything else, pass the turn to our opponent. We're playing Karametra Walls. See if our opponent can get past them. Indestructible Devotion 7 turns into a creature. Then, whenever you cast a creature spell, you may search your library for a force or plains card, put it onto the battlefield tap, then shuffle your library. Now, let's say that you're new to Magic and you see Karametra, and it says whenever you cast a creature spell, search your library for a forest or a plains, and that's capitalized. That typically means that, no, not typically, it does mean that this is a forest, but at the same time, this is a forest or plain. So you can search up something like Scattered Groves or, any sort of dual land. Let's go ahead and get down Scattered Groves. We really have nothing for 3. I guess technically we could go for Idyllic Tutor. Let's just wait on the Tutor to see if we need that for anything. And then anything else is going to pass turn to our opponent. I think it's Jorin in, Rune Diver. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, draw a card. And then we're just going to hold up on Lana War Elves and pass turn to our opponent. We've covered both the commanders. There's free time. We can talk about whatever we want. That's going to be walls. So if you've not seen Karametra before, this is a wall deck. It may not look like it. We don't really have a ton of walls in the hand. But once we get down Karametra, we're going to start casting some of those walls, getting those lands onto the battlefield. And then we also have, as far as the win condition goes, there's a couple different things. We have stuff like Assault Formation, where we can really start swinging in with some of our wall creatures. Or simply just once we start casting those wall creatures, get enough mana on the battlefield to where we can tap out for a really nice Genesis Wave. Let's go ahead and put down we'll go and put the plains down. And then we're sitting at 4 total mana. Yeah, we're just going to go and pass the turn. We'll be online for Karametra, then hopefully we can get some get some stuff going with that, with some of our wall creatures, because Karametra gets a lot better once you start casting a lot of creatures out there. Now, our opponent did get down Young Pyromancer, so that's something we need to keep in mind. Okay, about to say, if they swung in with Young Pyromancer, what we could have done is declare Lana War as a blocker and then gone for Heroic Intervention, but we're going to let them do that. Okay, swinging in. Let's go ahead and get the forest down, and then, wonderful, we draw into a defender. Let's go ahead and get down Karametra. That's going to be green, white, and then we'll tap out for Lana War Elves, and then we'll be good to go. So we'll be able to get this down. That's the good thing about Karametra is we have a lot of low converted mana cost creatures, and as we cast them, we're going to be able to start getting those lands going from there. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. This used to be, fun fact, if you've been a long-time subscriber of the channel, this used to be, Krinko. All right, we need to do something on that. Karametra used to be insects, kind of an insect tribal deck, but it was a little clunky, to be honest. Let's go ahead and get down the forest. I think that sounds good. We could go for Mirari's Wake. If we've got Ageless Sentinels and then the offshoot, that's going to be a... Yeah, I think I like that. Let's go and do that actually instead. That'll be a few more land drops we can get down. Search your library for a Forest or Plains card. Yes, we're gonna use that ability. Let's go and grab our dual sources first. Let's go and grab Canopy Vista. Either way, with Karametra is going to come into play tap, so we're just going to go and do that. And we're going to grab the offshoot too. Search your library. Yes, we're going to use that ability. We definitely need to kind of get out from underneath Krinko. If we can find some sort of answer for Krinko, let's go and grab that Temple Garden. Not going to pay 2 life because it's coming into play tapped, and then we're going to go and pass the turn. Now, we did get Ageless Sentinels down. The cool thing about this is it does have Defender. It can attack, but whenever it blocks, it becomes a bird giant. It loses Defender. And so, I don't know. It's just something that's really unique about it, and I've always enjoyed that. So, but anyway, once we block it, it'll become a giant bird. So if something swings in, we can block and make it a giant bird. Now, it looks like our opponent is a little bit tight on land, so hopefully they do find a blue source sometime soon. All right. Let's go and do this. Let's go and go for Mirari's Wake. That's going to give a good bonus to our creatures. And then we can still get down the Overgrown Battlement. I think that sounds like a plan. That's going to turn on Karametra. Let's go. Do we want to leave up Heroic Intervention? I think we should, just to be safe. It'd be nice to get down Overgrown Battlement, but yeah, let's just go and leave it up. Let's swing in with Karametra. I like doing that, yeah. This deck really, really folds to some sort of board wipe. Let's say our opponent's running Hour of Devastation or something like that, or Blasphemous Act. Something to just really resets the board. It's really hard for Karametra to bounce back. So at this point right now, I think we're just going to go and hold on to that. Make sure we at least always leave up mana for Heroic Intervention. Make sure we can kind of get out from underneath that. Now with Mirari's Wake, we can add double mana to our mana pool. That's going to make this Genesis Wave a lot better. Hopefully, I'd like to sequence it to where we can get down Overgrown Battlement and then use that to Zealous Conscripts. Okay. Let's see who they target. If it's something not too bad, we might let this go through so we don't have to burn Heroic Intervention. They're going to gain control of Ageless. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's fine. Go for that. All right. So they're going to gain control of that. That will turn off Devotion for Karametra. We still have at least the offshoot over here. Still go ahead and chump block. And then the thing about the Sentinels is that it still has Defender. So it has to block to get that active. So I guess technically they could have gained control of Karametra. Maybe that, no. If they gain control of Karametra, they'd still be in a weird spot with that. So we're still okay with that, with them grabbing the Sentinels. All right, we get that back, and that's going to turn Devotion back online. Let's go and get the Plains down. Let's go for Overgrown Battlement. That's going to gain 1 life off the offshoot. And let's go ahead and use that that Idyllic Tutor. Search your library for an enchantment card, put it in your hand. And let's go and use Karametra's ability, too. Yes, we're going to use that ability. Let's go and grab the Scrap Savannah, having to play, gain that live. And let's go and go for Idyllic Tutor. One thing that can definitely help us is, let's get this going. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go and pop this out just a little bit. Let's go and grab Rolling Stones. I love the art on this one. And it's going to have wall creatures can attack us as they did not have Defender, which is just absolutely wonderful. All right, opponent's going to create some goblins. So we've got some goblins versus walls, which is exactly how you want to do Magic. Even though our opponent's a little tight on blue mana. Okay, do we want to swing in? I guess at this point right now, let's do this. Let's just go and hold off. We can still swing in with Karametra. It's going to grab a goblin if we can keep that down. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go and swing in with Karametra. It's going to be 7-8 body coming across. We'll see if we can't get goblin to go in front of that one. And then next turn, we'll definitely be online for a really nice Genesis Wave. That's going to be, let's pass the turn and we'll kind of get a mana count. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18. And then we're looking at in the neighborhood of a Genesis Wave for about 20. Once we kind of add in the Lano War Elves and then the mana that we're going to be able to tap out for the for our wall creatures. For each creature with Defender that we control, excuse me. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're looking at about 4 mana, 3, 4 mana we're going to get off of that. So it should be a good Genesis Wave, and especially with Rolling Stones once we get that going. But if you look at the art, you can see where there's people down there, and they're, wow, no lands. I'm sorry. Hopefully our opponent will get some lands going. That is a bummer. And let's see what we draw into. Draw into the Sky Rune. Let's go and get that down. We're going to gain a life off of that. Yeah, let's go for Genesis Wave. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go and add double green, double green, double green. Really nice Genesis Wave. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap out for Karametra. We'll add that extra mana. There we go. Genesis Wave for 19. All right, there we go. All right, see what we reveal off of that. Hopefully get some good creatures down onto the battlefield, and then we'll be slowly pushing past them. Okay, not the best in the world, but we'll take it. Order of the Stars, Avacyn's Pilgrim, Tireless Tracker. Just going to get these planes. Actually, just go down the list to make sure we're clicking on all of them. Because sometimes when you click on it, that little green border doesn't pop up. Let's go Stalwart Shield Bearers, Dazzling Ramparts, Fortified Rampart, Mirri's Guile, Misty, Wooded Bastion, and then Growing Rights of Itlabok. Okay, there we go. Choose a color. We're going to go and name red on this one. It's going to get protection from red. And let's go and get the Growing Rights of Itlabok going, the Tireless Tracker triggers, and then we'll get the Jodi offshoot triggers, that life gain too. Now, even though our opponent's not on blue, we are still under pressure from that Goblin Guide. That's something that's not Goblin Guide, the Greencoat. Always yield to that. And what we can do is we can still draw some more cards off those clue tokens. Let's get the Growing Rights of Itlabok going. Oh, look at this, beautiful. Let's go ahead and take the. We'll go and grab Prison Barricade and put those on the bottom in any order. Okay, let's go and crack the Misty. Let's go and grab a Forest, get that onto the battlefield. There's nothing else that we need to crack. And then we'll start drawing a few more cards off some of those clue tokens. Opponent's being a really good sport on this one, too. All right. And then our creatures, let's go ahead and push in with Karametra, and then we'll push in with the Ageless Sentinels. That way, since we do have a little bit of extra kind of wiggle room to start doing some of this stuff. All right, I'm going to go swinging for 7-8, swinging in with 5-7-2. What our opponent can do is they can name 2 of the goblins as blockers, and then make in response, but either way, it's kind of the same. It ends up being the same. So, all right. Get the Zealous Conscript block on Karametra, and we'll see what one of the goblins are going to block. One thing that will definitely help us kind of push in is we need to grab Assault Formation. If we can somehow find Assault Formation, that'll allow us to really kind of like switch our power and toughness to kind of get around that. And with a ton of clue tokens, we got 7 clue tokens. It's going to be 1, 2. All right, there we go. Swinging in for 5 is going to put them down to 18. Let's go and crack some of these clue tokens. It's going to be 1, 2. It's going to allow us to basically keep cracking them to get that extra bonus on Tireless Tracker. And with Mirari's Wake out there, it's basically each land is going to be able to crack a clue token, which is just really good. Loving it. 1, 2, 3. It's going to be extra clue token on Tireless Tracker, clue token. Okay, did that a couple times. Once again, we're still going to, actually, we didn't leave up, oh, dang it, we didn't leave up Heroic Intervention. Let's go and get down Portal. That's going to be 1, 2, and then 3 and 4. And then anything else, we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. Kick it back over there. We will get Growing Rights of Antlock to flip, so we can actually tap that down, and then we'll still be online for Heroic Intervention. Our opponent's going to scoop it up. Unfortunately, our opponent never really hit any blue mana, but you can really see where... getting down Karametra, getting some of those walls going can lead to a really, at least a fun board state for us. I know I always hate it whenever our opponent doesn't hit their mana. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.